And what I'm looking at is the fact that you had someone who is merely trying to change their tire, and now they're dead.
What starts as a sentencing hearing quickly turns devastating. Jose Gonzalez admits he's sorry, but the courtroom is focused on one brutal fact. An innocent man lost his life while simply trying to change a tire.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 9984, State of Texas versus Jose Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense?
Alfonso Cabañas for defendant Jose Gonzalez.
And are you Mr. Gonzalez? All right, you're going to need to keep your voice up so that the court reporter can hear and so that I can hear. You entered a plea of no contest to count 1 for the offense of murder on June 13. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 35 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and there are 2 cases that are being taken in consideration. Those cause numbers are 2021 CR 9982 and 2021 CR 9983. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
I have, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
None from defense, Judge.
All right, state, do you have any witnesses?
Not for the sentence.
Defense, any witnesses?
Yes, Judge, only Mr. Gonzalez, but I don't know if the court wants to allow him to talk or.
However you wish to do it. If I'm going to swear him in, if he's going to be doing it by narrative and the state has no objections, then we can proceed by narrative.
And we can do that, Judge.
All right.
Narrative.
State, will you have any objections to proceeding with testimony from the defendant by narrative? Of course, you'll have a chance to cross-examine him.
Yes, Judge.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Gonzalez? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record, please.
Jose Gonzalez Jr.
All right, and defense says there's something you wish to inform the court of?
Mr. Gonzalez, you were given an opportunity to talk to the judge. But, well, let me just set it up, Judge. We've had a chance to go over the PSI, right, Mr. Gonzalez? Prior to today, you and I had talked about what was going to happen this morning, and you are aware of it, right? It is your desire.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're going to have to speak up. Court reporter cannot hear. All right, yes.
It is your desire, Mr. Gonzalez, to talk to the judge about the sentencing today and tell her what it is you feel or what it is you want her to know about the sentencing, correct? Yes, sir. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Gonzalez.
Judge Boyd, I stand before not only you, but the family of the victim as well.
Okay, I am so sorry, but you're whispering. And I know it's hard, but if the court reporter can't hear you and I can't hear you, then what you're saying is not going to make a difference because I can't hear you.
I stand before the judge today, ma'am, not only the judge, but the family of the victim as well, ma'am. And I just want to say, not only am I embarrassed, but I truly am sorry. And I take in full, I take full responsibility for what happened that night. And it wasn't intentional. I was under the influence. I made some bad choices and even worse decisions. And I just want the family to know that I truly am sorry. This isn't my character. I was out of character this night that this happened. And I know how I would feel if this would happen to one of my family members. And I just want the family to know that it wasn't me that night. Like I said, I had some things go wrong in my life and I made bad choices and completely am sorry for it. I can't say it enough or express how truly sorry I am and remorseful. And I know that not only do they have to live with it, but it's something that I have to live with the rest of my life. And I truly am sorry from the bottom of my heart for everything that I caused and for all this that I brought up, and I accept full responsibility.
All right. Any other questions for your client?
No questions at this time for Mr. Gonzalez, Your Honor.
State,
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Gonzalez, you saw the PSI report with your attorney, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, you just need to speak up.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Is there anything that from your statement in here that you would like to retract from what you talked about, especially about the actual incident that night? Because the reason I ask that is because you said today in court that you're taking full responsibility for it.
Yes, sir.
Now, the problem is that in this report, and I'll read from it, it says that the person that you ran over tried to hit you with a tire iron.
Yes, sir.
And then you also stated that he jumped in front of the truck 2 different times.
Yes, sir.
And then the second time is when I ran him over.
Yes, sir.
But you do realize that he walked in front of that vehicle. I have a video that I'll be showing you shortly. And he came over to the passengers, the driver's side. You recall that?
Yes, sir.
And you're in the driver's seat. And you drove forward. And then you backed up. And
Yes, sir.
then that person, Mario Renteria, walked in front of the car and got into the grassy area. Do you recall that?
I'm sorry, just 1 second. Excuse me. In the box, if you all cannot whisper, do not talk. We're on the record. You may continue.
Do you recall that? He got out of the way of the vehicle. He was getting out of your way and you turned the wheel and drove directly over him. Do you recall that?
I turned the wheel to the right. He was standing in front of the driver's side in front of me, and I turned the wheel to the right to try to veer off and go around, but there's only so far because there's a ditch right there
Okay.
that I was, but
You saw the video, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have an opportunity to see it again, okay?
yes, sir.
So I might give you the benefit of the doubt, considering that you're intoxicated at night. I want you to tell the judge, what were you on that night?
Meth, marijuana, I don't even know what else.
Xanax?
I don't even remember taking Xanax, sir, but if I was, I was.
And also, just going to your record, you just got out of prison,
Yes, sir.
and then this happened.
Yes, sir.
And so the way I read this is that you're stating that it was the victim's fault that you ran over him.
I'm not gonna say it was all completely his fault, but I mean, if it's seen like on the video, I tried to go around the passenger side. I was trying to avoid a situation that happened at the gas pump, period. And that's what I was trying to get away from.
So you just said not all of his fault, or possibly his fault. How is it any of his fault?
I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, we were both at bad places at, at an even worse time. And I mean, I know he was just changing his tire, but at the same time, when I approached him, if I recall correctly, I told him like, hey, I wanted to try to get out of there, period. And when I asked him for a ride, it just, I don't know, he wasn't, I guess because my demeanor, I had my shirt off, I have tattoos, maybe I was.
You're a gang member, right?
No, sir, I'm not.
You're not part of the Mexican mafia. That's what it was dictated in here.
I understand it was dictated, but no, I'm not.
What's the Playboy bunny behind your ear?
It's just a Playboy bunny.
Just a Playboy bunny?
Yes, sir.
That's not related to the technology homes at all.
No, sir. The oil horns and the Mexican mafia.
I know they conflict. I see people some switch sides. So you also, do you remember approaching him for the first time? You approached him twice.
No, I don't.
And so you approached him once, had an altercation with him, you walked to the gas pumps, and then you walked across the road. Do you remember that?
No, sir.
Do you remember being in the median with your boxers down, your shorts down?
No, sir.
And do you remember walking back and talking to people at the gas pumps again?
Sir.
You remember going then to the victim's truck when he was on the passenger side trying to change his tire?
When I remember was when I walked up to him when he was at the driver's side and he was standing there with that, I guess, the tire iron in his hand.
To be fair, he's changing the tire. So what would you have in your hand if you're changing the tire?
I mean, I understand that.
Well, you stated here that he hit you with it. Do you recall that, or you just say that?
No, I said he swung it at me. I never said he hit me with it.
Okay, well, because in here it says that he. Okay, yeah, I closed the door and the guy was standing there with the tire on. Was that the individual, the victim that you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Did he ever bash on the windows or anything like that, trying to get you out of that truck? It's on video, so I want to know if you remember.
I don't remember. I'm not.
Do you recall saying that there was another guy in the truck and he was closing the door and that there was a girl in the truck that you're trying to help?
That was the first truck that I
The first
walked
truck.
up on.
Now, to be fair, you don't know those people over there by the gas pumps either. I talked to them and they don't know you.
Didn't know it.
And it states in here that you said that you were trying to steal the truck. Is that right?
No, I never said I was trying to steal a truck.
You said, I told the officers that I was trying to steal the truck, but that's a lie.
I told the officer I was trying to steal a truck, and I said that's a lie.
But you know that you weren't supposed to be in that vehicle, right?
Yes,
And that was not your vehicle.
yes.
Judge, at this time, I'd like to use state exhibit, I believe, number 2 that was entered for stipulated steps to show and see if you can identify portions of that.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right. You may present State's Exhibit number 2.
And Judge, that's on the screen currently.
At your computer?
Okay, at this time, I'm gonna be playing at 22:44:04. Sir. You see that person right there?
Yes, sir.
And is that you?
Yes, sir.
And that's you with your shirt off, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Where are you approaching? Can you see? Who's that you're approaching, sir?
I have no idea.
Is that the truck? Can you see what that is? You see that there's a person on a bicycle there too, is that right?
Yes, sir. I can,
And do you know that individual?
no, sir.
So he's standing there while you're at that truck. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you see yourself walk off there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's the first time you approached the victim at a truck. Now I'm going to 22:50:33. I'm going to start playing it here. Can you see an individual at that truck in a white shirt? He just walked around. There's a glitch. Now you're going to see another person walk up right here. You know who that person is?
Can't see that good from here.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Can't see that good from here.
Well, I'll tell you, that's you approaching him for the second time, roughly 6 minutes later. After you left him the first time, you approach and you go to the side of the vehicle. Lights come on. You see the victim walk in front of the truck, go to the driver's side. You know who's behind the wheel at this point?
I am.
Looking at you. Drive forward where you could have driven off at this point, but you chose not to. You reversed and turned the wheel. Now you have the victim in the middle of the vehicle. He walks off into the grassy area. You turn right, run directly over him. Do you recall that?
No, sir.
Second portion here, you rammed it into the Texaco. It didn't end up there. You rammed it into Texaco. You'll see you exit the vehicle. Nobody else in that vehicle. Witnesses are going out to check on the victim in the middle of the field. You continue to walk inside of the gas station. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir. Walking in the gas station, yes.
And Judge, there's many different views, but in one particular that I will be showing to the court is camera angle number 13. And I'll use portions of that. So to save some time for going through every single one of them. But I'll start this at 22:54. I'm sorry, 22:53. Do you see yourself on the top of that camera walking by?
So,
And I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward this to 22:54:30. I'm sorry, 22:54:17. Is that you?
yes, sir.
Is this you? Do you know who you're talking to at this point?
No, sir, I don't.
Talking to officers that have come in to arrest you. At this time, I'll fast forward it, Your Honor. I'm starting 22:55:42. As officers approach, you retreat into a small office. And that's where they have to enter. And that's where the cases that are being taken into consideration of you kicking two different officers. Do you recall that?
No, sir.
So in saying all this and showing you these videos, you state in this statement here that I'm hoping they see the videos and reduce this to a manslaughter. Do you recall that?
Yes, sir.
And so I mean, at this time, do you believe that this is a manslaughter?
No, sir.
Pass my witness law.
Defense?
Judge, just to clarify a point that I think was just misread by the state. In reviewing the PSR, I think the statement was, let me know if this is correct, Mr. Gonzalez. They told the officers that I was trying to steal a truck, but that's a lie. Right, so you never told the pre-sentence investigator person you were trying to steal the truck. It was whoever told them that it was a lie. You weren't trying to steal it. And then, based on what we saw, Mr. Gonzalez, you were under the influence of several drugs, correct?
Yes, sir.
Nothing further, Judge.
State, any further questions?
Not for this witness law.
All right. Any other witnesses, defense?
Not from defense, Your Honor.
All right, then the court will hear argument. State,
We'll reserve for close, yeah.
defense.
Thank you, Judge. I think what we just saw, Your Honor, on both video and what we heard from Mr. Gonzalez are the unfortunate consequences of an individual who was heavily intoxicated by multiple drugs. If the court reviews the PSR, it will see that prior to this incident, Mr. Gonzalez did not have any assaultive offenses. It was nothing but drug use, for which he did his time and was on parole. From the beginning of my representation of Mr. Gonzalez, Your Honor, I want the court to know that Mr. Gonzalez has been very apologetic for that night, for the death that he caused and for the terrible loss that it caused to the victim's family. He's never once, Mr. Gonzalez, he's never once told me that he wanted to fight this case or take this case to trial. Nonetheless, we reviewed discovery, we saw the video, we saw the reports, and it is confirmed through the evidence and his testimony that he was heavily intoxicated by use of meth. The court just saw his behavior was erratic. As Mr. Gonzalez said, it's completely out of character for him that evening. But as a consequence of his drug use, Your Honor, there was a person who died, and for whom Mr. Gonzalez expressed his remorse and also his sorry to the family. And I say that, Judge, because I want the court to consider what Mr. Gonzalez said, the PSR, but more importantly, in acknowledging that Mr. Gonzalez from the very beginning accepted his guilt. Regardless of what the state asked him or regardless of his answers, you can tell that Mr. Gonzalez has difficulty expressing himself. But I want the court to know that in no way did Mr. Gonzalez ever or today try to minimize his guilt or put the blame on the victim. He accepted responsibility. He told the court he was under the influence of drugs. And he didn't. Done that evening. And so with that said, Your Honor, I would like the court to consider a punishment, thank you, to consider a punishment for Mr. Gonzalez of 20 years incarceration.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Victim in this case, Mario Renteria, just trying to fix his flat tire. Pulled up in that gas station where he'd been numerous times before. In the testimony that he was there quite often to go get a drink before he goes to work or anything like that. He was a frequent individual that came by there. He was a nice man, that he was just there to change that tire. And what ended up happening to him that night is egregious. This individual, Mr. Gonzalez, has pled to this case, but the fact is that he hasn't answered for the case yet. And the fact is that he approached the victim 2 different times, and witnesses would have testified and in the prosecution guide that Mr. Renteria was not aggressive, that wasn't attacking Mr. Gonzalez at all, was trying to get away from him at times. And you can see from the video that the state has provided to the court and shown to the court that the victim walked in front of that car 2 different times, and the defendant had an opportunity to leave in that stolen vehicle if he wanted to leave. But he chose to turn that wheel to the right and run over Mr. Renteria directly. And so in saying that, Your Honor, I want to go over a portion of what the autopsy shows of the damage that the defendant caused. Both femurs, both legs were broken in half. Pelvis had multiple fractures. He had a broken back, mid-back, and the thoracic. He had a lacerated liver. He had a lacerated lungs. He had a skull fracture, and every single one of his ribs were broken. What is called a collapsed abdominal, where he could not have breathed. So in saying that, Your Honor, 20 years is a manslaughter, 35 years is a murder. This is plain and simple a murder. He knowingly, intentionally drove that vehicle over the victim, and the state would be asking for 35 years, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Gonzalez, I want you to know that I always reread stipulations. I always read the PSI report, and I always keep an open mind in listening to arguments from the defense and also from the state. And I understand that maybe if you had not been using drugs, maybe none of this would not have happened. We will never know, because we have to deal with what we're here for now. And what I'm looking at is the fact that you had someone who is merely trying to change their tire, and now they're dead through no fault of their own. So that's an issue. I know that anytime that someone is sentenced to, it's difficult, because those are years behind bars that you're not able to do the things that you want to do. You can still see your family, but it's different seeing your family locked up as opposed to being in what they call the free world. But at the same time, there's someone who is no longer with us through your actions, and who knows what joy or happiness they were due to bring to this world, but you took their chance away from that. You took the chance of them being able to have more time with their family. You understand? That's either yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So previously, the court found you guilty. The court is going to assess an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, taking consideration 2021 CR 9982, 2021 CR 9983, give you credit for any time served, and the court will sentence you to 35 years in the prison. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to your attorney. Do you understand?
Ma'am.
All right. Is there going to be victim impact?
Yes, we have to.
All right. So members of the complainant's family are going to speak to you. I require that everyone in this court is respectful to each other. But as you can imagine, I'm sure there is heartbreak. Right. So just internalize what's being said. All right. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
James Seeloff for the defense.
And are you Kenneth Sung Gung Kim?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. And First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Are you the same Kenneth Sung Gung Kim who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 11285 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on February 22nd, 2022 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 1, on or about the 17th day of May 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Kenneth Sung-Gun Kim, committed the offense of evading arrest or detention in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. And Your Honor, we waive and abandon the other violations.
No objection.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, I do.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. We're asking the court to deny the motion and to follow probation's recommendation of the cognitive track local ISF followed by ISP supervision.
That's our understanding, Your Honor.
All right, what has he done on probation? You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear, affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record. All right. And what have you done since you've been on probation?
I've gotten a job immediately. I've been reporting until I paid the fines.
Wait a minute, let's backtrack. You said you've been reporting until you didn't?
Well, until the violation, a couple of months.
Okay.
I was paying the fines best I could, and to be honest, Your Honor, I'm not gonna lie to you, I let the things stress me out, build up on me. I know it's not an excuse. I had fighting with my baby mother, with my kids.
You mean the mother of your child?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. And being in trouble and being separated from them, because I used to live with them prior to the jailing and before I got out. She had found someone else and kicked me out, and it was really hard for me to maintain a place to have stability. And I was just trying to focus on that more than keeping my job and paying the bills or the fines. And I had no phone, and I was just letting things pile up and stress me out. And it got the best of me. And I know it's not an excuse, and I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he has twins, and he has assured me that he does want to get employment and get back on life. He's 32 years old. And he's got a twin boy and girl, 5 years old. And we're asking that we continue with this intensive supervisory. And I think he's gonna quit the drugs completely and turn his life around, if given the chance.
Probation?
Your Honor, the last report of direct contact was 12/20/2022. There was a telephone call or a voicemail received from the probationer on 1/9/23, stating that he was still working on registering for his BIPP and would call Fort Sam Cemetery in regards to his community service hours. The BIPP course at this time has not been completed, and his community service hours has not been completed. He did pay a total of $300 toward his assessed fines of $3,276, and is currently behind $925. He failed to submit the required UAs in August, September, and December of 2022.
All right, it appears you've done nothing on probation. Why should I? Well, I don't want to say nothing. You've only done, if we were talking about numbers from 1 to 10, you're at number 1. Why haven't you completed the BIPP course?
Your Honor, I was like 22 classes out of 25 classes in, and I didn't show up for the third time. It was hard for me to find a ride. That's when the things started getting escalated.
That's what Via Bus is for. Why do people have a problem with Via Bus? It's inexpensive. It gets you from point A to point B.
You're right, Your Honor. That was around the time when the stress escalated in my life with other unrelated things that I shouldn't have let got in my way.
What other unrelated things?
The fighting with my baby mother and
The mother of your
the
child.
mother of my children.
And maybe it's a good thing that she doesn't have you in your life because you have these criminal charges and they're drug charges.
Yes, ma'am. I was working really hard to make sure that it wouldn't be on my record, and I was really, really upset about the fact that I didn't complete my stuff. And when I realized that that was not going to be basically valid anymore, and I knew that the warrant had came out for my arrest, I just didn't.
You just ran.
I didn't care to come back and tell you or to fix it. I just let it go on until I got caught, and that was my biggest mistake too. And I'm very sorry for that, Your Honor. I'm begging for another chance.
Mr. Seeloff?
Just want to reiterate, Your Honor, his young age is 32. He appears to have beaten the drugs. And he wants just another chance, Your Honor, and keep it off his record so he can continue on for his twins.
Does he have an updated tab?
When's the last tap you had? Evaluation for drugs.
I do not show a tap on what.
Did you ever have one?
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court would find violation of condition number 1 true. The court will deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions to include a TAP evaluation while in custody. Follow TAP recommendations. If TAP recommends inpatient treatment, then he's going to be in inpatient treatment. If they recommend outpatient treatment, then he's going to go to ISF cognitive and substantive. Upon release, he's to do the UA hotline until further notice in parenting classes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Probation, is there anything else?
Okay, so for outpatient, we stated ISF substance and cognitive. So instead of the local Bear ISF, you want them to go to state?
Yes.
And can you repeat what you said after that?
Okay, so what I want to do is I want him to have a TAP evaluation while in custody. If the TAP evaluation recommends outpatient treatment, I want him to start with ISF cognitive and substantive. Then after being released from that, I'm going to want the UA hotline until further notice and parenting classes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, Your Honor.
From here on out, every decision that you make, there are 2 questions you should ask. One, will this potentially result in me going to prison for 10 years? If the answer is yes, don't do it. The second question you should ask yourself, is it possible or will this maybe result in me going to prison for 10 years? If the answer to that question is yes, don't do it. You understand?
Yes.
Your attorney will tell you, I do not take any pleasure in sending people to prison, but if it's warranted, I will. And if that happens in your case, guess what? You will go to prison and we will move on to the next person. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So do not come back here begging me to give you another chance because this is your chance.
Thank you. Your
And if you have the mother of your children who does not want you in her life, which it appears to me on paper that it is justified, you need to stop trying to contact her. If you want to see your children, go next door to civil court and get a custody agreement. And guess what? When somebody leaves you, they have every right to pick up with somebody else. Nobody has to wait for you while you're at prison or at the county jail or on probation. This is not a Lifetime movie. This is not a love story. In the real world, when you're away and you're not stepping up to your responsibilities, people can leave you and they do, and they move on to somebody else. You understand?
fully agree. Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Instead of revoking him on the spot, the court gives him one final structured chance. A custody TAP evaluation, treatment if needed, ISF supervision, and parenting classes all get added in. The message is clear. This is not mercy without pressure. It is his last warning.
Court is calling 2021 CR 8399W, State of Texas versus Edward Ramirez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Anton Haag for Mr. Ramirez.
Are you Mr. Ramirez?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Edward Ramirez who was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 8399W for the offense of theft under $2,500 enhanced on September 17, 2021 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Violated condition number 4, on or about the first day of June 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Edward Ramirez, did then and there fail to conduct himself in a properly and orderly manner, and that he did not comply with the instructions of the supervision officer and court in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
All
All right.
right, state waives all the violations.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor, my client's aware of them, and he's minimum very truthful, wants to explain that to you.
All right. All right. Do you have any objection to the state's waivers of the other allegations, counsel? All right. Mr. Ramirez, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility and up to $1,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4? You need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
The court would find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there an agreement?
No, Your Honor, we were going open to the court.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
Stage requesting 1 year in the state jail facility.
All right, defense,
Sir, tell the judge how old you are.
you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear? That's okay. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. Defense,
Okay, and what is your age, sir?
My age is 60 years old.
And do you live with your parents right now?
Yes, sir.
Are you disabled and unable to earn an income?
Yes,
And do you basically take care of your parents who obviously are older than you?
yes, sir.
Are they also infirmed or disabled?
They're disabled, especially my mom and my brother. Then nobody wants to take them to the doctor's appointments for nothing. I'm the only one that does it.
So
My probation officer knows.
all right, can we get to the issue of the circumstances surrounding violation of condition number 4?
Which is why I left that day when I was here in the court. No. That was it.
No, I mean, the violation of condition number 4, you've pled true, and it is that you failed to conduct yourself in a proper and orderly manner. So what is that about?
What do you mean by improper?
Well, you tell me, what did you do?
Nothing, ma'am. I just came over here to the court case when I had it on the 1st of June. And then I had gone and ate breakfast that morning, so I didn't, I had to run and spoke to the lady who's over there. And I asked if I can go to the restroom, and she said, no, you cannot leave the building. So then a guy came over and took my urinalysis, and then I asked her again if I can go, and she goes, just don't leave the building. But the only reason I left the building, man, was because I wasn't gonna come back into the courthouse full of poop on my pants and everything, because I did poop when I went to the restroom on myself, so I wasn't gonna come smelling the restroom like poop, right? So I called my probation officer and I told her that I had an accident here at the courthouse and I wasn't planning on going and embarrassing myself inside the courthouse. And she says, well, I don't know what I can do for you. That was it, man. But I did call.
All right. Any questions for this witness? All right, probation.
Yes, Your Honor. The recommendation at probation and at this time is to extend his supervision by 18 months and amend for status followed by aftercare.
All right, and state, what are you requesting?
1 year in the state jail, Judge. The reason for that is because he's already shown that he would not listen to the court when directly told to stay for your analysis test.
I did stay for the urinalysis test. I did take a urinalysis here in the bathroom and check that out.
Your Honor, he did in fact submit his urinalysis on that day. It was positive for cocaine,
All right, and then he left.
and then he left.
I don't know how you're able to take care of your parents and you're doing drugs. That's not a good thing.
Man, I guarantee you, I did that because I had so much.
No, you cannot be taking drugs
I understand.
when you're on probation, and you cannot be taking drugs and taking care of your parents.
I understand that, but
And I don't allow
apologize.
people to take care of their parents.
It was just that one time.
No, it's not just one time. And you know how I know it's not just one time?
I remember now, but that day, that time, the first time, it wasn't not my urinalysis that they had took. Because get to the point that I knew that I was clean at that time. I know.
Here's the thing. This is not the first time that you've used cocaine. The end.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean, it's not. So how often have you been using?
not that often. Man. I mean, I get anxiety attacks and I get also, my nerves are too high. I get off, what you call it,
All right, you have a choice. I can sentence you to 10 months in the state jail facility, or either I can extend you, but you're going to still be in custody because you're going to be sent to SATA. And that's an inpatient drug treatment.
can I just get at least a year of probation more extended, and then I can prove to you and I can show you that
The
I'm.
judge is not gonna put you on probation. Just not gonna revoke you. Be in a incarcerated program no matter what.
So how much is that?
How long are you requesting that he be extended?
18 months.
Your Honor. 18 months.
All right, I'll deny the motion, alternate main conditions, extend you for 18 months, and you're to go to SATA. And there, he is not allowed to live with his parents. And you're not allowed to provide care for your parents, because you cannot do that and you are using drugs. Is there anything else he needs? Probation?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and he's to remain in custody until transfer to SATA.
Yes, Your Honor. Maybe excuse me.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Go ahead and put the date.
Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. You may proceed.
Could you state your name, please?
Ricardo Torres.
And Mr. Torres,
You're here today because you entered a guilty plea, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And then you did a pre-sentencing investigation. You recall that?
Yes, sir.
And on that pre-sentencing investigation, you'd indicated that you were just holding the drugs that they found in your shoe for somebody else.
It was mine.
Okay, well, hang on, let me ask you a question.
Oh, well, he said it was his ice. Okay,
And that's where I was going, Judge.
all right, thank
You
you.
take full responsibility for having those drugs in your possession,
Yes, sir.
and you're asking the court to put you on probation so that you can do outpatient treatment,
Yes,
and you feel that you would benefit from that?
yes.
Why?
But I need some help. I think I can overcome this drug, but I was just using these drugs and wasn't really using my mind to do nothing. Just sitting at home and just carrying on like a lost person.
Do you understand how using drugs affects your ability to care for your sister who has cancer?
Yes, sir.
And is it a positive or a negative effect on your care for your sister?
No, it's not.
And because of that, you asked the court to grant your application.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, I'll pass.
Any questions?
No, Judge.
All right. So why were you stealing from HEB?
Just selling drugs, I guess. I just put it in my pocket and walked out.
Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor, I rest.
All right, court will hear argument. State.
Your Honor, the state's primary concern from the beginning has been his prior criminal history, specifically as a result of a weapon case that he was discharged from CBC in 2014. I do believe he has been revoked on probation previously, so that would be another concern of the state. So that's why we're opposing his application for probation.
All right, defense.
Judge, Mr. Torres is 66 years old. He talked to probation. He was honest with probation. He tried to minimize the drugs in his possession, but at the same time, he's here today telling the court that they were his, and that he's trying to take full responsibility for his actions back on that day. Based on his input and his discussions with the probation officer, they've recommended that he would benefit from outpatient, and we'd ask that you order him to outpatient and any other recommendations that the probation officer would have made, but please give him his application for probation so he can care for his sister.
All right, Mr. Torres, here's the issue the court is having. Your criminal history starts in 1977. And you have been on probation before. You were placed on probation in 1979. That probation was terminated. You were placed on probation in 1991. That probation was revoked. And I know since it was the 90s, if you had drug problems, people were trying to have you address those issues.
Yes, ma'am.
Then in 1986, you were given probation and it was revoked and you were paroled. And again, I know with parole, they still give you help for issues that you have. Then you had another case where you were sentenced to 8 years, and that's the aggravated assault that the state has brought to the court's attention. I'm going to deny your application, going to find you guilty, sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and I'll request the therapeutic community for you. Therapeutic community will help you with any drug issues you have. It will not increase the length of time that you are on probation. Do you understand? Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? You need to say yes or no. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? That's either yes or no.
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Torres, you're getting into the part of the criminal field, I would say, or the legal system field, where now you will be marked as a habitual. So if you continue to pick up criminal cases, in some instances, Your range of punishment could be up to 20 years, depending on if it's a state jail felony or not. And in some instances, if it's not a state jail facility, if you pick up another third-degree felony or second-degree felony, your minimum sentence is going to be 25 years because you're going to be a habitual. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're going to have to do better. If you want to care for your sister, then you got to do what you need to do. And you can't come to court using your sister needing your help as a benefit to you. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
You sentenced me to 3 years.
Yes. All right, I'm going to call 2021 CR 5795, State of Texas versus John Leal Klosna. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks of the state of Texas.
Defense?
Adele Silver for the defense.
Are you John Leal Klosna?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you understand it?
Yes, I did, ma'am.
Are you the same John Leal Klosna who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 5795 for the offense of assault of a pregnant person on August 31st, 2021 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 7, on or about the 30th day of April 2023 in Wilson County, Texas. The defendant, John Leal Klosna, departed Bexar County without the written permission of the court and or the supervision officer in violation of condition number 7.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, ma'am.
Say will waive and abandon the other allegations.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 7, the court could find it true, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 7?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 7 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, the agreement, should the court follow it, is to deny the motion and to alter and amend the conditions to add hostility and aggression management course and the family violence impact panel. And those, with those additional conditions, that is.
All right, why are we needing hostility management and anger course and family violence impact panel when he was supposed to be doing the BIPP course?
He has finished the BIPP course. It was finished last year. Yes, and then there's a new allegation of a new number 1 in Wilson County. It is still pending.
So why should I continue him on probation? I don't understand. He leaves the county without permission. I'm not even going to consider the fact that there is a pending case in Wilson County because you all didn't go on that. But I do have the state and you all agreeing to hostility management course and the family violence impact panel live. So I'm trying to figure out, why shouldn't I not just send him to prison?
Well, he has completed many of the things that he had to complete, and he's only 2 years in, so he has 3 more years to go on his probation.
Why is he leaving the county without permission?
It was 25 minutes from his home. I mean, technically it still is out of the county, but it's 24 hours, 25 minutes from his home for a family function with his family.
State?
You're right. I think in the hostility and aggression management course, they do teach some different skills than you learn in the matters intervention course. And I think that maybe with these new skills, they could serve the defendant well and that he could complete the rest of his probation successfully.
All right, this is what the court will do. Is there anything you wish to say, sir?
Ma'am, I apologize for my actions and I won't mess up again. If you please can give me this opportunity to prove to you that I can do better, I will, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court will do. Court will deny the motion, alternate amend conditions to include hostility management course, family violence impact course live panel, and 10 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition. All right, so you're going to go into custody today, serve your 10 days in the Bexar County Jail. And what you need to remember is you have to follow the rules of the court. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, so immediately upon your release, you need to get in touch with your probation officer. And you need to remember, you're not allowed to leave the county. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And you need to remember that the rules of this court are the rules of this court, because this contract is not between your attorney and the state. This contract is with the court. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. All right, court is calling 2015 CR 1977, State of Texas versus Roland Esavel Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Thanks, both from the state.
Mick Aguilar on behalf of Roland Esavel.
Are you Mr. Esavel Jr.? Showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. First amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision, and state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Are you the same Roland Esavel Jr. who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2015 CR 1977 for the offense of possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on July 20th, 2015 for a period of 5 years and extended for 2 years? Is that you? All right, state.
Judge, I'm on the first amended, violated condition number 1, on or about the 26th day of December 2020 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Roland Esavel Jr., committed the offense of resist arrest, search, transportation in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure. Violated condition number 1, on or about the 26th day of December in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Roland Esavel Jr., committed the offense of evade, arrest, or detention in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. And Your Honor, we waive and abandon the other violations.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violations 1 and 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 1 and 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find 1 and 1 true. Is there an agreement?
Subject to your approval, Judge, the recommending a 5-year sentence in TDC and taking TICing both those case numbers you just approved.
Yes, Your Honor, that's right. TIC cause number 652828 and 652829.
And what's to happen with the drug case that's within the motion?
I think that's already been closed, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Esavel, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
Court will follow your agreement. The court is finding violations 1 and 1 true. Court is going to revoke.
But as you do that, it was not part of the agreement, but we had asked the prosecutors, or we told the prosecutors we were going to ask for time to get his affairs in order.
Oh, just 1 second. So the court is going to grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in prison, taking into consideration 65282, 65289, give you credit for any time served. And counsel, what are you requesting?
Judge, we were hoping to get time to get our affairs in order. He does have a wife and 2 children that are here, and he needs to make sure that he are taken care of while he's doing this time.
Oh.
He's not on GPS. He does understand that once he's pled true and he does not show up, you do not have to follow the recommendation of 5 years PDC. The full length of punishment would be all.
All right, that will be denied. I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to the attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record, Mr. Esavel. I understand that your attorney wanted you to get your affairs in order, but all you had to do was report on probation, not commit any new offenses. And you did both. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
Even after agreeing to a 5-year sentence, his defense asks for time to get his affairs in order, but the judge shuts it down immediately. Her message is blunt. You had your chance on probation, and you chose to break it.